Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain and welcome back to Torment, Tides of Numenera. Now before we do anything else, I've realised that Calistige needs to level up. And she's a good one to level up, so that's what we'll do first. Increase her intellect edge, because she's like us, she's a smart one. Not as smart as us. You know, she's getting there, but she's not quite as smart as us. We're just that little bit smarter than she is. I mean, she's slightly above average intelligence, because I believe average intelligence is between like 7 and 8. Like, he's hugely below average intelligence. Matt Keen is about, you know, but we're on our way to being really pretty smart. I mean, it probably helps that we can read minds, but I want to take a look at the big six-eyed cat statue because it's a cat, and I love cats. Rising before you is a tall, tapering obelisk, crowned with a carved stone head of an elegant, sharp-eared animal with 6 eyes, which does basically look like a cat. Wrapping around the obelisk are bands of engraved hieroglyphs. Let's work our way down. Carved head, mounted. Oh, god damn it! On top of the obelisk, stares out into the distance. Its eyes empty and mournful. Let's take a look at the base next. Base of the obelisk is smooth, untouched by any weathering or other troubles that seem to have eroded much of the other ruins in this place. It sits in a pool of acrid liquid. The liquid smells foul and caustic, but the obelisk appears undamaged. It's unclear how much more of the obelisk lies beneath the pool. Right, hieroglyphs. Except for 4 stylized depictions of the same sharp-eared animal that tops the obelisk. These pictographs make no sense to you. Look into the statue's eyes. A wave of dizziness overcomes you as you gaze into the statue's eyes. You are no longer facing the obelisk. Indeed, you are no longer human. The tail of a dead lac in your mouth drags along the ground as you creep through the dense foliage to the temple. You peek out through the gandu fronds and see the old monk Nimue shucking howpods on the weathered steps. You pad out to greet him, and he grins toothlessly at the sight of you. There she is, he says, chuckling. There's my brave hunter with a gift. How thoughtful. But your work isn't done, sweet girl. There's lax aplenty in the grain room. Bring me a dozen more before I finish these hows, and I'll give you your favourite nibble. Dozen lax is nothing to a hunter of your skill. You pad off to the granary, ready for battle. Okay, so this is a statue to someone's pet. Another wave of dizziness overcomes you. You watch from the undergrowth, terrified, as the followers of the bird god pull down the stone statues of the great ones and chase the monk from the burning temple. Heathen, cries their leader, worshippers of the false gods. Kill them all. A birdman sees you. He shrieks. A caterl. A citurl. Either way. We must kill it. The monks hide their souls in the little beasts. If we don't wipe them all out, the monks will return, strong as ever. Turn and bound into the jungle away from the angry mob. Turl. So that's what this creature is called. Let's try it again. One more time. You watch from a low branch as grave robbers tear up the stones of the ruined temple's nave, looking for the old catacombs. Their leader sits on the stone head of a fallen statue, patting it and stroking its pointed ears. He laughs. This is what the old monks worshipped before the Gerudi wiped them out. The Prince of the Caterl. They say his big ears hear all the secrets ever whispered within earshot of any of the 6-eyed pests. Hi, there's one now. Hasn't been a monk alive around here to tame a Caterl in 100 years. Come here, little one. Let's see that jeweled collar of yours, won't you? It's like lovely workmanship. You give him a disdainful look and climb further up the tree as the obelisk returns. Try one more time. You watch from under the gandu bush, as a father and mother drop double armloads of springwood in the middle of the temple ruins, then sit and mop their brows as their 3 children begin stripping the stalks of their bark. Plenty to build with out here at least, says the father, and we'll need all that we can get, says the mother. Without a perimeter fence to keep out the balls and skull hounds, we'd be dead in a week. What about the lax? One of the children cries, and the father laughs. Pray to Goonie, daughter. Maybe he'll send one of his servants for us. He's the prince of all Couture, you know. Your ears prick up. At last, you are wanted. It's time to hunt. Oh. So what happens to this family then? Oh, okay, so this is just... it just repeats. Okay. Fair enough. Can we... okay, so we can't traverse up there. We need to go round. Which is fine. Let's go talk to this... well, there's... others might release you. Well... only this me. I got others. See, that's what I'm talking about. Let's talk to Colo, because he's like Calestige, and this is entertaining. Distracted, disturbed, this cultist mutters a reply to your question you did not hear. He barks a laugh to a quip that was not told. Indeed, he seems only loosely aware of anyone else's presence. He brings a cleaver down just inches from the other's hand. Perfect, beautiful, free in every world. Will you watch what you're doing? You nearly severed my arm instead of his. Sorry, didn't catch that. Too much going on. The 2 cultists break off their conversation as they notice you. The man, big, raw-boned, and unsettlingly unfocused, backs away from the corpse they've been hacking up, raises his butcher knife as if warding off evil. He points past you toward Calestige. Keep that crazy redhead away from me. We don't want anything to do with her. Oh, skist, I was hoping this reality would be one I survived. That's right, husk, says Calestige, laughing. I am your doom here, there, and in every reality you can see. Don't you forget it. You and Calestige have met before? What'd you do? Fought you all 3 times so far, walking through here, and twice that redhead did for me. But I still put my knife in your neck, in every stream, so think twice before starting something. What do you mean, every reality? Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. She's like me, she can see into different realities. I'm like you, little man, please. Someday you might crawl from the mud and look up at the stars, and when you do, you'll see me laughing down. We'll leave you alone if you leave us alone. Fine, just go and take her with you. Calestige chuckles at the 2 cultists, warily turn back to the body and continue to hack it into portable chunks. Okay, let's talk to the other one then. Just stay out of our way. Okay, fair enough. That's, you know. Oh, all right. There's a... oh, so this is the 5-meter long black slab of basalt, or perhaps obsidian, has been smoothed by age. A stone statue holds the slab at an angle, lifting it to the sky, or he is lowering it. It is impossible to determine whether the incline is real or if you imagine it. At the top end, you can see a window into another reality. The portal wide enough to step through. On the other side, it is what looks like harsh angular world. Examine the slab. Seems perfectly smooth. Some loving hand has polished it to mirror gloss, though distortions beneath its surface change your appearance with every slight movement. As you lean in to examine it, your reflection appears unspeakably beautiful. A few centimeters closer and it becomes a shrieking horror. This close, you can feel a dense psychic weight around the obelisk, as if the culture's hopes and expectations had been packed into a single solid form. The thought of meeting those expectations and ascending the incline is daunting. Okay, so let's take a look at the statue. It is a grey statue of a robed man with an ornate warhammer strapped to his back, holding the obelisk aloft, or setting it down gently with his muscular arms. He exudes a fierce determination, as if he were using every quantum of energy in raising or lowering the great slab. A sign has been added to his back, a childish scrawl that reads, "The Saint of Proverbs." Perception. It seems the statue has slightly shifted position since you came across it. You're not quite sure, but something about its posture seems slightly different. The sculptor's cunning is such that the statue's eyes follow you wherever you go, and again, you have the strangest feeling that its expression has changed slightly. You can hear something, a faint whisper of human thought. You can't make out what it's saying, but it feels like it's coming from the statue itself. Okay, are you raising the slab or lowering it? Statue does not answer you. Perhaps it cannot answer you. Let's have more of a look around first. I don't think we want to start climbing through portals just yet. So so there are stairs there. Okay, so let's have a wander up the stairs then. Have a chat with Phoenix. Hi, Phoenix. Man looks nice enough and seems unassuming at best, but, and this is the strangest feeling, it's almost as if he doesn't exist. As you try to focus on him, a sense of dread builds in you. You're not afraid exactly, but you know you aren't safe. You'll want my name. It's been a long time since I spoke it. Let's see. How about call me Fens? No, that's terrible. Hang on. Finks? Foeens? Phoenix. Yeah, that's it. Phoenix. Call me Phoenix. You have come here. Perhaps you obey the call of the tombs and give me what I need. I tell you, I need answers. Someone gave me a note. It said to come here and I would find my answers. I would find the truth, but I can't understand this note. What use is power if I cannot understand? And what is the purpose of my power if I cannot see? Ask me. I don't know. Does he know? Excuse me. Does he know? Of course not. But perhaps his questions can lead us both to knowledge. Hey, he wants a life coach. He's found the right person. Can I see the note? I might be able to shed some light on it. Ask me of wisdom, and I may grant to you.
I'll remember that.
If you can show me that you know, then I will share my knowledge with you, so let us talk. You will ask me your questions, and with them, you will share your insights. Okay, well, tell me about yourself then. I have decided my name is Phoenix. I am a seeker. Is that how one would say it? Yes, I am a seeker. It is wisdom. Wisdom I seek. All the things I've found. The structure of the world is not as you imagine. What you see and feel is nothing more than a varied interactions of fundamental forces that apply rules to subsequent larger pieces. Those pieces become what we call matter, what we call meat, what we call reality. Enlightenment comes from within, or does it come from without? Well, I'd say enlightenment comes from within, but in fact, no. It can come from both, because you need to be aware of your environment, but then you've also got to moderate and control the interactions that environment then has on you, which is what I've said about having like with the 3 R's in other videos, having that kind of sword and shield and kind of armor to keep yourself both protected but open to activity. It can find answers within, let another show you the path. Both lead to surprising destinations if you let them. Why don't you remember your name? Names are a construct of consciousness, but is there some fundamental importance to them, or to consciousness itself? If so, is life important? If it has no consciousness, how would it know? So now part of me is like, because I don't feel there's any intrinsic meaning to life, because there isn't. Consciousness is a short period in between potential oblivions, and it is important to assign. But I think importance is basically just what we make it, because that's what allows for variety in life. And rather, hey, Silver Tides, man, the Silver Mountain doing his thing, maybe, kind of, sort of. So self-assigned importance. What makes consciousness so special that it can determine its worth? I have seen a world of crystal life that built greater things than the ninth world without consciousness. Why should a mind grant itself a special prize for its appreciation of itself? Well, but there's a level of consciousness even in, like, the lowest forms of animal. I mean, they might not be 100% self-aware in kind of all terms, but they have a recognition of self, or of kind of maybe not exactly classifying what they are, but they know that they are them. You know, because otherwise some of the survival mechanisms and things like that wouldn't work out if they didn't have some kind of acknowledgement of self. Even down to, like, insects and things. Are you from this world? It is familiar to me, the lines, the curves, the structures, but it is like a poor sketch of the world I remember. I see its textures, its strokes, and I see the medium on which it is drawn, but I can lift the sketch and see the truth beneath it. I do not know my origins. Okay. Can I see the note you brought here? You have the mind of a seeker, not merely an explorer. Yes, you may take the note. Return if you are able to find my answers. Have you had any trouble with the cultists? Excuse me. Trouble? Not for me. They have come for me many times. They do not leave. Okay, so you just quite happily murdered them all. That's fair enough. Right, let's take a look at that note then. Where is it? This ragged synth square is engraved with scrawls and symbols, presumably some kind of writing, but it is mostly unfamiliar to you. Phoenix says the note told him to come to the Valley of Dead Heroes and that he would find the answers he needs. He gave it to you because he found no answers, but he hasn't. He has found no answers, but he is not so far. Okay. He hopes you will find them in his place. Although the engraved symbols are mostly incomprehensible, 4 numbers are written in the truth on each line of the text. 1, 5, 3, and 5. So, okay, someone's either annotated it or it was left that way.
I'm going.
What is this? Please. No?
Allow me.
Can we not use this? There we go, we just need to be around the other side. Tall wire metal frames stand on top of a synth base. The base contains dozens of carvings in a foreign script. Calisticious is running around crazily, apparently. The frame has been cunningly devised from strange materials, and within it coloured lights curl and intersect like smoke dancing in a wavering helix. The lights occasionally combine to create human figures which dissolve in a second or two without ever resolving into distinct features. Okay, try to decipher the meaning of the monument. We can do it because apparently we're... Oh, Didn't mean to skip past that. Here we go. Upon closer inspection, you believe this monument, or at least parts of it, to be a recent addition to the valley. Nearly everything around here is weathered, buried, or in decay, and with the synth base. And while the synth base meets those criteria, the carvings within it look relatively fresh. There are even a few synth shavings still resting on the base of the monument. Likewise, the wire and metal frame has been built from several different pieces and materials, all grafted onto the synth base. So the script is a Ninth World language then, but not the truth. Perhaps it was carved by members of the small village or aldea in the area, far from the large cities. The wire and metal frame was built by someone skilled with the Numenera. He or she used disparate devices to create a beautiful vortex of light. This is a memorial for someone, but perhaps several someones, built with great care, and artisans' loss weighs heavily as you look upon each piece. Perhaps that is its purpose. You reflect for a moment on the sorrow the artisan of this memorial must have felt, carving each word by hand, shaping their faces in light. Then it is time to move on. Okay, so it's literally just a memorial. Okay, so bubbles. Okay, so here's where we're probably going to die again, because why not? Bubbles rise from the pool before you, and its barren edges are crusted with a white rime. The acrid reek of the water makes your eyes tear up. Examine the pool. Despite the bubbles and deep colour, the water is crystal clear, and you can see down into the depths of the pool. There is a brassy metallic globe down there, caked with rime, but otherwise whole. Unfortunately, is too far down to reach without diving in. Dive in. Okay, so we need to be. Yeah, let's expend that. Ow. You dive into the water and your eyes instantly start burning. Your body is aflame, but you kick down, determined, and scrabble for the globe. As soon as it's safe in your hands, you kicked for the surface. You are screaming in pain as you climb from the pool. After agonizing minutes, you're able to pull yourself together enough to examine the globe. When you do, you discover it holds a treasure. Oh, we're so we got two items from that, and now we've got Cypher Sickness. So we're gonna have to pass some of those before we start drinking stuff. What we're gonna do is Matt Keener doesn't have anything yet. Okay, so we'll give that to Calistige. What does this do? Increase stat pools. Highest maximum value by 1. Let's give that to Tibir as well, because I don't think he can carry anymore either. But okay, that fair enough. We've learned.
All right.
So like we need to go up there at some point, but we've also got this, which leads us up onto the other kind of palisade, I guess. So, in fact, hold on. So that leads us up onto here, which then leads us round over this way, which is probably to other parts of the area, including possibly the necropolis, which is up here, I think. So, before going up there, what we might do is just go and take a look at the portal.
Fine.
Like, this might end terribly because we might all get mashed together, but climb the slope to the portal. The slab is nearly frictionless, and you find it almost impossible to gain any sort of traction, but as you press your fingers into the surface, you can feel it melting slightly at your touch. You pull yourself slowly upward on your belly, inch by inch, your fingers beginning to bleed. Well, that's nice. You have just reached the 3-meter mark when the glistering rock begins to shake. You release your grip and slide to the ground, all your progress lost in a moment. A voice cries out immortal terror, and the menhir crashes to the ground with a thunderous roar. A great plume of dust rises into the air. Oh dear, Oh dear. We smushed this. Apparently we were a fat ass. Apparently three people climbing up it. That was fine. Right now, one person, just nope, crushed the whole thing. When the dust settles, the portal has vanished. You can barely make out the fingers of a hand protruding from beneath the rock, holding a scrap of grey fabric that looks almost like a mask. The fingers twitch once, twice, and are still. A trickle of dark fluid dribbles. Oh. Examine the hand. It's grey, the colour of stone, leached of life, has no other distinguishing characteristics. None, that is, but the strip of... Okay. We'll take the mask. As you pick up the mask, its ashen gaze fixes on you. The grey fabric feels like flesh. Nice. A slab of wet meat draped across your fingers. A whisper caresses your mind. Prosper. You feel an unconscious revulsion, and then you turn away from this fallen slab. This must be the mask the repugnant blob saw. Can we do anything with it? No, it's just a quest item. Face sculpted from a soft grey material gazes through and beyond you from ashen sockets. The mask affixes to your face with an almost lifelike eagerness. It is clammy, moist to the touch. Viewed through its lens, the world takes on a nightmarish aspect. Once mundane objects twist with strange new angles, familiar faces, those of your most trusted friends and companions, contort in ways they never should. In the corners of your eyes, misshapen monstrosities lurch and stagger across impossible landscapes. The effects are subtle at first, but the longer you wear the mask, the more horrifying the visions. What enlightenment or madness awaits one with the courage to wear it for long enough? Lore, mystical, specialized. The Mask of Prosper is an unsettling relic said to have been created by a mad visionary in a forgotten age. His rumoured goal was to create a lens through which one could gaze upon the 201,342 triangles that make up the true face of God. Okay, perhaps his success is indicated by the sunken holes that may once have held eyes.
Get it out of my face.
Get what out of your face, dear?
All of it. All of you. I can't see a damn thing else.
And why would you want to? It's a joke. Put your daggers away, assassin.
Okay. I think someone was having a minor disagreement there. Let's go back and talk to Blob. Give him the mask. The mask, I guess. See what it thinks. You climbed obelisk, crushed Saint Proverbius. Though you knew he lived. No matter, the future is built on blood and rage. You fell. What did you learn from this experience? Gravity is strong here if you want to be literal about it. What? You climbed but didn't see? What kind of falsity do you peddle? Bah, expected better. But you do not think. You only do. Never will improvement come. Never. Jesus. Tough crowd. Here, found the mask. Blob reaches out with its deformed arms and accepts the mask from you. The three faces immediately start trying to control the creature's arms so that they can place the mask on one of the other faces. They lose interest in you for a moment. Give it to me. No, me! Wear it, Tulk Sniffer. Okay. Is there anything... I saw the portal, but it vanished. Yes, and from this, we all understand that we cannot attain that height again. The portal exists only in our memories. Oh, well, it sucks to be you. You're always going to be incomplete. Such is life. You're a strange, crazy bunch of people. Oh, no, let's head back up here then. How long have we been going? Half hour. We got a while longer. We can go. It's cool. So let's hop on through this portal, see what there is to see. Right, yeah. Examine the light more closely. Patch of light seems to follow you as you walk around it, always facing you. It doesn't look like much, just a trick of the light, but you get the strangest feeling that it's watching you. The way it moves and pulses, it feels alive. Okay, let's just jump right into it. You step into the glare and it envelops you, blinding you, then dissolves you into twinkling motes, blah blah blah, carries you across to here. Right, first things first, there's some loot right here. So we've got healing thing and that. Okay, that's cool. We'll take that.
All right.
Quite happily take healing things and cash. Okay, so that's a way in.
I'm always ready.
What was that? I can help you what? Ooh, big crystal. Door there. So there's an entryway here, there's a door there. Hey friend, come over here. Do you know what, before I talk to you, I want to go around here and see what's what with we'll
On it.
take a look at this like little pedestal thing first. What's that? Dusty ball is whiter than anything you've ever seen. With the merest touch, it swirls with a myriad of colours that shifts to different hues as you move your fingers. That sounds kind of cool. That sounds kind of fun. What's this? Big floating crystal. Huge crystal floats in front of you, seemingly unaffected by the wind that washes through the valley. Within, red and blue patterns lazily cycle and twist. The crystal hums softly, almost invitingly. Tidal affinity. It has been infused with tidal energy. Its colours are emblematic, and you can feel the tendrils of force that coil from it, stretching towards some distant unknown destination. Examine the crystal. The crystal swirls madly and your mind is pulled back into memory, but not your own. This is a stranger's life. A life of torment. A lifelong tormented. Or a lifelong torment, sorry. From his first conscious moment, he has been surrounded by monsters, a sacrifice to the unseen, a hair's thickness from consensus reality. Horrors crawl and gibber, and he must howl with them or be devoured. When at last he can open the door to the world of sanity and escape this endless pain, he does, and he steps through into an abattoir. Robed and hooded cultists devour the dead, and they revere him for the journey he's undertaken. In their adulation, they strive to follow his path, wallowing in their own shame and agony. Endless burlesque of horror they hope will end in transcendence. He flees from them, from a darker menace inside him, but they follow inescapably, his children. No matter where he hides, they linger on the other side of the door, awaiting a new revelation, making bloody offerings to themselves, or of themselves. Then one brings a different sort of offering, a dripping charnel sack that spills out a girl. Choi, the man calls her. Still alive, just long enough to look at him with pleading eyes before she's gutted. For you, the man says. He flees into a hellscape, into madness, but they follow him everywhere, grinning, bloody, adoring children.
I'll remember that.
Then the crystal swirls before you again, and the memory fades, but something clings behind, like rancid grease. The horror of what was done to the girl Choi hangs on you, your memory now as much as it was the man's, and his own suffering lingers too. The cultists who beset him seem little different from those who now haunt and harrow the valley. Perhaps by unravelling this crystal skein. Okay, well we don't have the capacity to really influence the tides at the moment, so we can't really do that, unfortunately. But let's talk to Tantalum. Sup, Tantalum? How do, stranger? I'm Tantalum. You know Tantalum? It's a metal. Sticks to flesh. He raps his knuckles on the dome. Chirurgeons said they had to cut a chunk out of my brain out too. So I lost my name and my history, and well, I took the name of the stuff that saved me. Anyway, I needed to remember myself. It's said that the necropolis can give anyone what they seek, knowledge, riches, fame, if you search hard enough. And I searched and I found. Now I'm here to help others find their answers. You look like you're searching for answers too. There are hundreds, thousands of tombs in the necropolis. Legend says, if you read them, learn from them, then you'll find the answers you seek. I promise, it will be worth your while. You'll certainly find some answers, friend, even if they're not what you seek. One moment. You say you've searched these tombs. I have read of a certain symbol, 8 concentric rings carved into the stone with beads within those channels and strings attached to those beads. It's some kind of stringed instrument, I believe. Have you ever seen such a thing? You know, I think I may have. Try tomb code 3543. That seems like it might be the one. If you don't find it there, keep looking. Your answers will be down there somewhere. And if you find anything you want to trade, let me know. Okay, what is this tantalum metal? It's one of the only metals that adheres to living flesh. Rare people like me, maybe only me, can turn that property on and off with the power of thought, or of a thought. It's why I've got this built-in helmet now, and it lets me control my blades. This metal, do you know where I can get some? No idea. My sword, for instance. If I want the sword, I need but to think on it, and it's in my hand. Likewise for the knives, and this is the part I like. When I've buried them in an enemy and the blades are stuck there till I say it's time for him to go. Good thing this metal is bonded to respond only to me. If someone else could control it, why, I don't know what I'd do. Honestly, I don't know why he's a hick, by the way. It just seemed to fit. Honestly, I'd be running away holding this on. Running away holding this on. Oh. Can always find more swords, but I've only got one brain. At least as far as I can tell. Some folks have tried to take this stuff from me to make it work for themselves, but that didn't go well for them. What can you tell me about the area? Whole place, this valley, it's been here for who knows how long. Someone came through and cleaned out all the life from the valley, and they made sure that nothing would ever grow up here again. Okay. Based on the bodies, I'm guessing the cultists don't bother you much. They've tried a couple of times. Once they've even came into my tent at night and try to cut my throat with my own blades. Idiots. My knives are made of tantalum and stuck to their flesh. The cultists woke me. If they'd used the tools they'd bought, like normal murderers would, instead of being impressed by mine, I'd be dead now. As you can see, I'm not, and the situation's markedly different. For them too. Okay. Let's see what he has to trade. Ooh. So we could use some better armor. Especially light armor. Because that's... So that's medium armor. So we kind of want the light armor. What's this? Light armor +1 to intellect pools. It's 400. So I'd really like that. What's this? Heavy. So we've got that, don't we? Yeah, Sting Charger. We might save up and come back for this Exuvia thing, because that would be really good. 3 armor, 4 resistance, and +1 to our intellect pool. I mean, hold on, we've got some stuff we could sell him, I guess. Maybe. Well, in fact, yeah. Hold on, this is. We could sell him that. What's this? Pollutia wrap. Oh, is that a? When did we get that? Oh, lowers intellect edge. Might give that to Calistige, because
This is mine, and
we've just increased her edge. So, have we got any other oddities? Ooh, the Father Teller. Yeah, we can sell that. So that gives us. Is anyone else carrying anything? Can we sell this for 11? No, we'll sell that. Yeah, why not? Because you've got your.
I wish I had more hands.
Oh no, no. Hold on.
Ugh. I wish I had more hands.
Sell item. There we go. That worked. Okay, well we can buy this for us at any rate, and then we can just quickly. Doesn't look. Oh, it's because it's not. Oh wow. That's interesting. Does it have a description on it? This form-fitting biological armor is very light and hardy. Hardly restricts the wearer's movements at all. The mottled carapace appears different at each viewing, varying in colour, pattern, and even texture when touched. Occasionally, its appearance seems to shift subtly in a disconcerting manner. This sense of unease grows if the armour is observed for long stretches of time. When worn, the armour emits a dissonant hum. At the edge of human hearing, it vanishes if the wearer focuses upon it, but it returns when their attention. Oh, god damn it! I just sold it, didn't I? Crap. We just got a good thing and I sold it. Shit. And now the other things that we've sold him are too expensive to buy back and then sell back again. Shit.
I admire your ruthlessness, Calistige, though not necessarily your methods.
and I feel much the
Okay,
same
we
about
need more
you,
cash.
dear.
We'll go and find
So
more
are we
cash.
allies then?
What's in here?
Friends?
I can't believe I just did that. Fucking hopeless. But, oh well, it happens. Buttons get clicked. This small alcove is about the size of a small hovel. Sole virtue is that it's... Oh, is this... Whoever slept here was short, probably no more than a teen size and likely male. Not a great place to spend the night. Terrifying, probably. I don't like this place. Are we leaving? I want to leave. We should not be here. We tried to stop him. You failed. Not until you tell me what's wrong. I remember this place. There was someone else. A boy. He was tired, scared. Not at all like me. He came to this place, and when he fell asleep there, he never woke up. The sleep buried him. He screamed, still screams. I can hear it when all things are quiet. Who is that boy? Some farm boy, a herder. He chose the wrong place to sleep, the wrong time to follow his curiosity. He's frightened all the time now. Who was he? Who was he? I don't remember. It was a nightmare, a stupid story. Nothing heroic happened. It was a waste of time, and I don't know why I remember. Pick up the herder's crook. You stretch out your hand to take the crook beside you. Erritis moans. A wave of pale fire explodes from the crook, and everything goes white. You hear screaming, perhaps Erritis's, perhaps your own. Thunderous voices bellow beyond the hissing wail of that endless ivory wall, and something is rushing at you, something that you can't see. A fistful of senses, emotions, memories, and fear strike your mind, driving you back a step along the dusty floor of the alcove. Something has changed inside you, inside the labyrinth. You hear a voice in your mind, a voice very much like Erritis's, but small and afraid. You look over at him. Erritis is staring at the shelf, his hands slack at his sides. The glow is nowhere to be seen, and he looks weathered, weary, old. You follow his gaze, the herder's crook. What just happened? I went somewhere. I stayed here in my amazing heroic body, but I went somewhere else. Without looking at you, his hand lifts from his side, points at your forehead. He does not seem to be aware that his hand is doing this. Why are we just standing here? We should be fighting, feasting, jumping from roof to roof. Let's go find some roofs. Is this a roof? What happened? The hero's companion took us to the alcove. We feel strange. We feel weaker. Look inside the ebony box. There is no sign of what this empty box once held, but you do note a carving of an eye at the bottom of the box, with a pupil made of 2 crimson concentric rings. If you squint, you can just make out a human figure at the center of the eye, holding a sword in the air. Erritis groans and you look over it. An untroubled smile graces his face, but you notice that one of his eyes is watering. Erritis, are you alright? Yes, very, but bored here. Now that you ask, we should leave. We should leave now. Alright, well we did a thing and something's changed inside my head. We'll have to go and take a look at that later. But let's go onward and hopefully find some more cash to return with, because I can't believe I got that armor and then instantly clicked the wrong button to sell it. Oh no! Motley, who are you? Stunted and piebald with a large hairless head, this humanoid reminds you of a court jester, except that his wide violet eyes sparkle with cunning and intelligence, giving the impression there is much going on. There is much going on inside his large dome. Who are you? You can't be here. Why did you come? Several people sit bound and beaten along the far wall, surrounded by corpses. At second glance, some of those bound may themselves be dead as well. The man steps closer, lowering his voice to a growl. Well, answer me. He is a new arrival, Motley. We came across him on our hunt. Ah, well, you should know the necropolis is closed to outsiders. You aren't welcome here. It's closed to all, in fact. Damn that woman. What's going on here? Ah, it's not what you think. We were just defending ourselves, trying to reclaim what small part of this world fate has seen fit to cede us. It never would have come to this if we'd only had someone to help us
I'll remember
explain.
that.
We are worshippers, you see. There's a terminal down there that provides access to the tombs, but this memorialist, he spits at the woman behind him, has placed a whisper lock on it. Without the code, we cannot enter the tombs and join our Lord Inifir in worship. She's rather narrow-sighted and doesn't see the value in what we do. If we regain our access to the gate, we can show her firsthand. He smiles. The effect is not reassuring. It would be better to release them in Lord Inifir's presence, but any end is justified. Skist. We need to access the terminal if we want to reach Miel Avast. We need to get this whisper lock code. There must be some way we can solve this peaceably. The time for peaceable solutions is over. The gate awaits and we must answer its call at any cost. Their lives are forfeit whether we have the code or not, but we must have it. If you kill them all, you will get. How will you get the code then? You'll be lost forever. And if we don't follow through on our threats, no, they must know that we will kill them, code or not. If they all die, we will find another way. She wouldn't have locked the terminal from her fellow memorialists. One of them will know something. Just let me talk to them. It won't cost you anything to try. A little bit of effort in there. You might be right. Alright, you have my permission to speak to the prisoners. If you can get the code from them, then we can end this charade. Tarry, and more will die each day until either you or they give us what we need. The code is all we want, after all, and the rest of this does not become any of us.
Here comes the boredom slayer.
Gate cultist. Thin car, dead folks. Tirikio. This middle-aged woman sits stoically, her hands bound in front of her legs. The sleeves of her robe have fallen from her wrists. You catch sight of a yellowish-purplish bruise above the lacerations from her tightly cinched bonds. Streams of tears have carved... Hold on, how far... do you know what? We'll finish talking to this woman, and then we'll call it quits, and we'll pick up again next time, because we're kind of running out of time on this one. Streams of tears have carved channels down her dust-covered face. She looks up at you, her eyes the colour of seas around sagas. 2 more tears slip silently down her cheeks. She turns away from you. Has he come to save us? To end these pointless deaths? No, probably not. Who are you? She does not answer. Instead, she turns away, tears dripping down her chin. Why are you crying? She shakes her head almost imperceptibly, but says nothing. Do you know the code to the whisper lock? Finally, she looks at you and speaks. Her voice is hoarse, as though she has been shouting for days. You are one of them. I will not speak to you or give you the passcode. Okay. Well, in which case, I think before we continue to question her and talk to her, I'll call it quits here. And we'll pick this up in the next one, just because this is starting to run on a little long, and I'd kind of lost track of time after my kind of screw up with the reselling of good armor, because shit. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop us a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.